What is up, guys? This is Ace Coding and welcome to the second part on how to create a jump game on Scratch. In this part, we will be creating the main menu for our game and also making some small little improvements. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe and drop a comment down below. Without further ado, let's get right in. So guys, we have a simple game right here. I've changed the colors of the ground and the player, but you guys can do that if you want to as well. The spikes come at you and you have to try and jump over them. But the thing is, the player sinks a bit into the ground, so we're going to want to change that since it's not very appealing. So we'll just see inside and go to the play sprite. Then we'll take all of this code out. A number times a positive number is a negative number. And what this will do here is actually make the player fall at momentum. It'll fall down instead of going up because of this -1. After that, we want another if else. And we'll put all of this code in an if. So if touching ground, change y by -1 times gravity, and now underneath that there's an if else, and that's going to be if key up arrow pressed and gravity is less than 0. So if it's on the ground, basically. To 12. This is just how high it will jump, so you can change this to whatever you want, depending on if you want the player to be able to jump high or a bit lower. And then underneath that, anything else, we'll just, let's say, set gravity to 0. We'll just experiment with this to see which one works best. And we can put this code back in. And now let's test it. See, as you can see, now the player does not sink into the ground. They actually jump much more smoothly and they don't sink into the ground. Let's see if I can change this and we'll see what happens. Yes, so just leave it at 0 or the player will start bouncing. But if you put it at a negative number, it's still the same thing. But I'll just leave it at 0. Okay, now we've polished our game a bit more, a bit better. So now we're going to be making a menu. So first we want to create our buttons, and I'll be showing you how to do that. We won't be using the normal Scratch vector editor because the fonts aren't that good. If I create a simple button right here, we only have a selection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fonts. And to be honest, in my opinion, I don't like any of them. Like if I just write play, it's alright, but we can do better. So we'll be adding our own fonts to Scratch, and to do this, we need to go to Drawings, Google Drawings, docs.google.com/drawings. That's all we need to go to, and you just need to create a new drawing. But you don't mind all of these things because you don't need them. Just docs.google.com/drawings/edit. And now once we've done that, we just click on this text box to create some text basically. And say I put play. Yes, and I can change the font of it to whatever I want. I quite like this comforter, and then I'll do the same for the name of your game. So I'll just name it like Cube Runner, Cube Jumper, and I'll use, let's see, I'll use this font maybe. It's really your own choice, and then do the same for a settings button and choose whatever font you want. Actually, I'll just do this Fredoka one. Now I need to make them larger, and then once I've done that, I'll just need to click on File, Download, and click Scalable Vector Graphics. This is so that we can edit it in Scratch. So once we've done that, just download it. Now we can go back onto Scratch, and we can insert a new costume, upload a costume, and as you can see, I've uploaded it right here. So, and we can edit them, like we can edit the single letters, things like that. And then, so now we're going to be designing the button. So I'm going to make a new costume, and I'm going to make a rounded square, and I have some right here. So I'm going to choose, and I like this one. So I'm just going to change the color to like a bluish color, and the outline to dark blue. As you can see here, that looks nice. And then I can copy the button, the text I want, so play. I can copy it, and I can paste it here. And I can center both of them into the middle, like this. I can make the text look much more nicer by selecting it, copying and pasting it, and then increasing the size or the outline of it. So I'll just have a white outline and increase that. Then I can put it, oh, that outline is too big. I can center it and make it go backwards. So now it's like the play text has an outline, and I can change the color to something that matches the color of the buttons. I mean, you just play around with it until you find one that you like. Like this one looks quite nice. And you just repeat this for the rest of the buttons. But I already have buttons, so I will just get them from my backpack. So I've made a play button here, a settings button, left arrow, right arrow, and a title, which is called Cube Jumper. I've made all of these buttons here. And you can pause the video if you need more time to make them. I'm going to carry on. So I'm just going to delete this, and I have these right here. So when the game starts, when the project has started, we want the menu to pop up, but we don't want all of the ground, the player, and danger to show. So we're going to edit the player, and instead of when green flag clicked, we're going to change it to when I receive start, a broadcasting message. And the play button is going to broadcast that. So when I click on the play button, broadcasting message starts, so that starts the game. And we're going to do that for the rest of the sprites. And we'll just hide it when the green flag's clicked. So now as you can see, nothing is showing, but if I broadcast the message start, the game starts. So now we're going to be using clones for the main menu because we don't want to junk up the game with too many sprites, and it will be much more easier. So what we're going to do is when green flag clicks, show. And we want to make a new block, and we'll call it menu, and we'll have it like this. So when green flag click menu, and for menu we want it to show, but we hide it when the green flag's clicked. So when the menu block happens, we would like it to create a clone. So create clone of myself, next costume. I will just repeat this for how many costumes there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be cloned, then the next costume. So create clone of myself, next costume. So now as you can see, we have all of the buttons ready here. Yeah. Then we need a new block when I start as clone. So when the buttons are actually being cloned, we'd want it to show. And we want an if costume name is equal to whatever it is. If the costume name is equal to, have the title first, title, we'd want it to go to a specific position, which is at the top. So I'll have it, let's say like 010 x0 y10. We'll test that. Okay, let's do y 120. Okay, that's good. Yep, so that's where I want it to be. I'll just get rid of this show. So now it stays hidden. So now the title is up the top. And we want to repeat this for all of the costumes. So if costume name is equal to play button, I'll just copy this to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Then we'd like it to go to like over here. So let's say x minus 140 y 35. Okay. That's good. That's a good position. And then we do it again. If costume name is equal to settings button, we want it to go to the same x but a lower y. So let's say y 0. Let's test that. That's a bit too high, so minus 20 or minus 33. That looks perfect. And now these will be the character selection arrows. So I wanted to go to these places. So if costume name equals left arrow, then we like it to go to x, let's say 10, and y 0. That's basically the same place. And if costume name is right arrow, the same y but x 40. No, that's 2. X 100. Let's do x 200. Okay, 180. Okay, that seems alright. And now, as you can see, we have different buttons, but we want to actually make them react, because like if I click on play, nothing happens. I can't click on anything. So first we'll just have to put all of these in a forever loop. And for the play button, we'll do if touching mouse pointer, touching mouse pointer, then we would like it to broadcast game or broadcast play, whatever it was called. Start. Well, not if we touch it, if the mouse is being clicked. So if mouse down. So if I actually click on it. Now that's good. And we want it so that if when I receive start, delete the clones. So delete this clone, hide. Now that's good. But we want to add little effects to the menu, so we'll add a piece of code to make the menu look nice. So we'll get a repeat 200. We can make an animation for the title. We want to make it point in the direction 90. And make a variable called sign. And we wanted to change sign by -11 or -10. I think -10 is better. And we'll change the size by sign. Sin of sign times 5. And then we'll just have it turn and rotate. So turn sin of sign times 5 again. So that's good. And we can set the size to, at the beginning, set the size to maybe 50. Oh, looks a bit good. Let's say all 7s. Okay, 90. I think I'll just leave it as 100. So now we've got a nice animation for this. We'll be also doing little effects for all of the other buttons. So we want to get an if else, and in the if else we'll do if touching mouse pointer. So we want it to like change the size if we're touching the mouse pointer. And then so we'll change size by 120 minus size divide 5. So that's a divide 5 over here. And we need a minus. So we'll put size here and 120. And what this does is it makes it smoothly going, like smoothly zoom. Like, yes. And we'll set brightness effect to 10 to make it like glow a bit, to light up basically. And then what you can do is duplicate this and change this to 100 and change this to 0, and then this will just like make it smoothly shrink, so like this. So now this is actually very good. So let's, yes. But I think I'll change this to like 4 to make it, yeah, a bit more slow. And I'll change this to like, well, 5, like, let's say 5.1. 5.2. All of this, we can see that the menu is now completed. And now what we want to do is duplicate the player and delete all of these blocks. And this will be the characters, the different characters. I'm gonna make it go to this position right here. So let's say X93 and Y is 0. And then I'll design different colors. And we're actually going to be making these buttons function in the next episode. But for now, we'll just do this. I am gonna design different types. Like I could do one like a ninja, basically. Let's see. I think that looks like a good ninja. But now if we check our project, I'm just gonna hide this. We have a main menu with play button and smooth animations. If we click play, the game functions and the cube does not sink into the ground. But that is the end of this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your family. Leave a comment if you need help with anything. But this is Ace Coding, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!